Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Casting Seeds. I'm Savannah, your holistic health practitioner and host.
And I'm Jeremiah, your co-host.
And you're listening to the only holistic health podcast that uses God's singular truth to give you individualized discernment. If you haven't noticed, we didn't have a podcast episode last week.
Yeah, we are going to start going bi-weekly just because we're a little overwhelmed and tired.
A lot overwhelmed and tired.
Yeah.
And because this is a passion project more than anything in a ministry, even with ministries and passion projects, you have to take a step back in different seasons. And even though we're not completely giving up on this, we just want to make it clear we do love you guys. We love this podcast, but in order to give you genuinely good content and content that's worth listening to, we'd rather go bi-weekly and have the in-depth research and the time and time
and effort that we put into it and give you guys our full energy.
Yeah, like what we did when we didn't have a newborn.
Yeah.
So we'd rather have quality content and less of it than crappy, consistent content.
Yeah, with no effort.
Which has never happened before, but we could just feel that it felt weaker.
We can crack some jokes and make it better.
It doesn't fix it. So we just want to make it clear that for the time being, we're going to bi-weekly. We love you guys. It's not a slight on the podcast at all or our listeners. We actually have had more listeners than ever. It's just a season and a time where we need to focus on our marriage and our child and
our first ministries.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which we recommend for you guys to do always. Which, by the way, one of the things we're going to be talking about today is going to be diapers.
Our last ministry.
Our diapers and wipes, which super interesting enough. I know that we've talked a lot about babies and pregnancy, and obviously we talk a lot about the season that we're in often in this podcast. We do have some interesting podcast things coming up, like lip ties people were asking us about, and even Reiki practice, whether or not that's biblical. So those episodes will be coming out soon. And I just think it's awesome that people reach out to me to do specific podcast episodes about things that they have questions about.
Yeah, we take requests.
Mm-hmm. And we take it seriously, and we want to do good research and have biblical things that back it up, but also scientific things as to why things are okay or not okay.
Yeah.
So when it comes to diapers, obviously there aren't anti-biblical ways of doing these things, but biblically we want to have the mindset, of course, that Jeremiah says every week.
Who are you doing this for?
Yes.
And at the exact same time, there is some biblical backing behind diapers. And it's not the diaper itself, it's supporting each other. And because nobody wants to clean a diaper. And nobody wants to really change a diaper at 4 a.m.
Yeah. So if there's going to be content in your marriage for the way that you guys do diapers, or like financial issues or things like that, and it's going to cause strife in your marriage because you two are not the enemy. Also, there's that ongoing joke of like, you and your husband aren't the enemy, the baby is. Which is kind of funny, but also absolutely 100% not true. Yeah. The enemy is the actual enemy.
Yeah.
And you two are working, actually the three of you, well, 4 if you include God and then any other kids, but the 3 of you are working as a team to learn each other's communication. Your baby is learning your communication, you're learning hers or his, and the Lord is working right there with you guys.
Yeah.
So with all of that, I just want to make it clear that diapers can be a point of contention. And if you don't have some sort of agreement beforehand, it's only going to get worse and cause more contention when the baby's there.
Yeah. And 100%, if the wife wants to do this, it's mainly wives that listen to the full podcast, hear the pros. Tell your husband about these pros because they convinced me.
Yeah, it's true.
And Jeremiah, I didn't want to do this.
He really didn't want to.
I hate washing diapers.
Yeah.
But
it's not that bad.
It's not that bad, especially when you look at how much money you're saving.
Yeah. Which we just talked about it beforehand. I don't think Jeremiah realized how much money we were saving until now. And
then also just the health benefits that you're saving your children from.
Yeah. So let's first talk about the finances.
Yeah, let's do it.
When I should say, before even Jeremiah was sold, because he didn't even know how much we were saving until now, 2 months in of having a baby. I was sold on the financial aspect of it. One, because Jeremiah and I were living month to month for so long before our daughter even came. And just knowing that we were going to be saving thousands of dollars, and because I also make our own wipes as well. Oh, which, by the way, I will give you guys by the end of this episode the recipe for the booty cream that I make, and also the wipes, the recipe that I do for that, so that they're anti-mold and stuff when you make them. I also will have on my Amazon, what is it? My Amazon list. What is it called? Shop.
Oh, yeah.
My Amazon shop, I'll have like a whole diapers kit. So if you guys want to do exactly what we did, or maybe try out other things, I'll have everything listed there for wipes, DIY butt paste stuff, all the things. You can just go on and purchase it, and it's super simple, Pimple.
Nice.
So financially, how much Jeremiah and I will be saving is even more than the average person, because we make our own detergent. Oh, also I'll put that there as well. Or technically it's not detergent, it's a soap, which I'll explain the difference between that. We make our own laundry soap, we make our own wipes, and we have cloth diapers.
Mm-hmm.
So, I had Jeremiah guess how much he thought we were going to be saving per month before this episode started. Do you remember what number you said?
A little less than $2,000.
Is that what you said?
Yeah. I estimated the cost of diapers per year, especially if you bought the organic stuff. You're looking at about
No, wait.
2,000.
Wait. No, what you thought, not what you know.
No.
Okay.
Like so when we initially had Penelope, we had to buy a couple diapers because we didn't know our pre-folds worked for infants. So we had to buy a couple pre-folds for infants.
Yeah.
So we waited and we had to buy diapers. And that's when I saw the cost and everything. I was like, dude, we're spending.
You go through like 12 to 16 diapers a day with an infant.
And the package comes with like 20 to 30. And so that only lasts you 4 days, and that's $20.
Yeah.
And so you're looking at somewhere between $1,900 to probably about $2,300 just in your diapers alone per year.
And that's not even for the nice diapers.
No.
So that's a good guess. But in general, people tend to spend around $1,500 in diapers a year.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just for like the first year of babies being born. And then for wipes, on top of that, it's around $500 more. Maybe more or less. It kind of varies.
Yeah.
So just on that alone, you're over $2,000.
Yeah.
If you include tax and shipping and all that stuff, gas, all that to go buy these things, or right around $2,000. If you are buying the all natural versions of these things, you could possibly double or even triple that price depending on how high end or not high end you're going. So think about just in the first year alone of wipes and diapers, how much. Let's say someone's like moderately trying to be like healthier, so they don't buy Huggies, but they buy like the Honest brand, which isn't even that much better. But let's just say, so those people are around $3,500.
Yeah, not including diaper rash cream and aloe vera creams and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's a lot of money.
Yeah, in general
per child.
So, and that's what's amazing about getting these. The pre-folds that we got, and here's the other thing that people don't think about. When you have a baby shower or whatever, you tend to get, same thing with your wedding shower, you tend to get everything off of your registry.
Unless you're one of those people that just like has like 15,000 things on there they didn't need.
I mean, even then, people tend to really get everything off of their registry. Yeah, because people love to celebrate like a wedding or a baby, especially a first baby or a first wedding. I don't think people get a lot for second weddings and stuff. But
do people show up? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the second wedding. Or like sprinkles. People tend to not get as much.
What's sprinkles?
It's like a second baby shower if you're a second baby. If you have like a boy versus a girl, people will then get you more like clothes and things like that. It's like a sprinkle.
Interesting.
Anyway, all that being said, back to circling back.
Diapers.
If you are buying cloth diapers or anything, technically you're not paying for all this. And the most expensive part of cloth diapering or cloth wipes or whatever is putting the money up front for it.
Yeah.
It's the most expensive part.
And
it's
aloe.
Not even that expensive.
Buying our aloe and making the recipes.
Okay, but
that's a little.
We do a fancier version of the recipes. They're much cheaper versions.
I love what my wife dedicates to our baby.
Jeremiah loves to intersect a lot. I want to get to the end of this point, please. For the love of God.
She's going to cut my head off.
I'm going to a little bit. It's late and I really want to get through this. Okay, so with cloth diapers, with the kind that Jeremiah and I got, we did the math. And with the pre-folds that we purchased, and we'll explain why we got pre-folds versus flats versus all the different things. But the pre-folds that we purchased, and, we didn't purchase, that we got from our registry, and also the covers that we got, because we went with the plastic ones, not the super fancy wool ones like I wanted originally.
Yeah. Spent a little under $100 for all that.
A little over $100 for all of that. Yeah, because I also got the tongue.
Oh yeah.
Inserts and stuff. So I went a little bit more than what I thought we needed, which is great because we actually needed it. And it was around, if I were to really round up with everything, because I went organic for all of it. Yeah, I'd say about $150.
And that's it.
That's it.
You're not spending
$150 on diapers. Not with wipes. I'm not going to add that in.
Yeah.
On diapers, $150 forever.
Yeah. Because you get to reuse it with every single child.
Yep. That's it. Forever. $150. Done.
Got our money's worth within the first 2 months.
And we didn't even pay for it.
Yeah.
Technically,
true.
We have paid $0.00
for the diapers.
For non-disposable diapers.
So, is that a hard selling point for you ladies to your husband?
And then on top of that, with wipes, because we make our own wipes, we also did not pay for any of that. The kit that I made.
Mm-hmm.
$0.00. And those are 100% organic cotton.
Yeah.
Then on top of that, the most expensive part, I guess, for us that we've actually paid for is, yes, buying the recipe things for the wipes to make sure that they're anti-mold when they're wet and when they stay wet. And then we already do our own laundry, technically not detergent, but laundry soap that I make out of half borax, half washing soda.
Which is awesome.
So yes, we've gone through that a little bit quicker than we normally have, but who cares?
Yeah, we do.
It's already so inexpensive, it doesn't matter.
Diaper laundries every 3 days.
So what I'm trying to say is, price-wise, just on price alone, doing cloth diapers has been a game changer.
Yeah.
A game changer. Now, let's go into also the health benefits. Especially if you have a little girl, everything is much more, like, you're much more likely to get bacteria issues down there for young ladies, girls, So having a daughter, which we do with Penelope, it was really important to me to cloth diaper because I knew for a fact that I wanted her to not have bacterial issues. And cloth diapers, because the whole thing gets wet, where unlike disposable diapers, it tends to absorb just in that spot. It actually makes little kids uncomfortable because it can, especially if the pre-fold or the flat is wrapped around them. Think about a cloth diaper. They used to wrap it around the baby's butt and then they'd safety pin it. That whole thing, when you get it wet, the whole thing absorbs. So it absorbs up. So it makes babies uncomfortable and they actually communicate to you faster. Like, oh, I've peed, like right away. So you are changing diapers more often because you're not letting them just sit in their urine or sit in their poop.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people who weirdly do that. They just are like, oh, my kid pooped. And then they'll change it an hour later. That is horrible for your boy or your girl. Even 30 minutes, 20 minutes. Don't let your child sit in soiled diapers. It's disgusting. It's horrible for them. So also on hygiene, it is amazing for little girls and for boys. Boys don't matter as much. They do, but they can't get infections as easily as girls. So with those 2 points alone, I don't know why they wouldn't want to do cloth diapers. The next one, point 3, people think it is such a hassle, the cloth diaper. Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I think it's the easiest thing ever. It's so easy.
I do agree. I do think it is very easy. And honestly, I have a problem with people who like to store their disposable diapers. They throw it in their trash, and then they have to smell that all day long.
Ugh, and they don't know with disposable diapers, it actually says on the box, and if you don't believe me, go look right now if you have kids. On the box, it says in the instructions, if a child goes poop, you're supposed to scoop the poop out of the disposable and put it in the toilet and flush it, and then put your disposable diaper in the trash.
So you're supposed to treat both diapers the same way.
Yes, which infants, by the way, you can't scoop it out, and also their poop doesn't smell bad because they're not eating anything but breast milk.
I agree. It doesn't smell at all.
No.
I think the one drawback that I have with the diapers is like it does tend to get moist in the bag, you know?
Uh-huh.
So like you can see the condensation coming out of the bag.
Yeah.
It's a little weird. It grossed me out the first time, but then I realized it's just sweat and
it's a wet bag.
It's not bad.
Well, and I learned from my friend Jen that a lot of people don't use the wet bags when they're at home. You have a special wicker laundry basket.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't smell, right? For newborns. You use the wet bags once the poop starts to smell more. So we're using them earlier. But you get a special wicker basket, not one of the seal ones that we have. We have the Diaper Genie. And that holds condensation in it more because you're using a wet bag and that. So we messed up on that because I don't know. This is my first time.
Yeah.
But you just use a wicker basket, or you just have the wet bag out and open, like let it be open. And then it doesn't build up musk in it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, if you're washing diapers every 1 to 2 days anyway, then it doesn't matter if it's sitting in the wet bag.
Yeah, I agree.
It's totally fine because when we wash them, they don't come out smelling bad.
Yeah.
But you should be using a laundry detergent on them once every 3 months to do a deep clean. And we only have washing soap.
Yeah, but we do vinegar, and vinegar is a deep cleaner.
It's not the same as a detergent, a chemical detergent. No, but we'll get into that.
Okay.
So for convenience, back to our point, whether you're traveling, because I think that's what people freak out about too. That's what you're going to say?
Yeah.
People freak out like, how do you do it outside of your house? We have the giant wet bags at home that we throw into our, like a trash bin. It's literally the same thing of throwing in a trash bin because we have our Diaper Genie. We just put our wet bag in it.
Yep.
And then we have bigger wet bags for the day or smaller wet bags that we bring in our diaper bag.
Yeah. What do we do if we forget our bag? We grab a Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
It is so easy.
You're at someone's house. Everyone has a gallon Ziploc bag or even a trash bag for you to use.
Yeah.
And it's only happened to us like twice.
Yeah.
It has never been an issue. It's so easy. And even my mom, who was like super nervous about it, she's like, this is the easiest thing ever. I was like, I know.
And like another concern, like, oh, I'm going to be washing them in my washer and dryer.
Yeah, like poop and
it's going to smell. It doesn't.
No.
It doesn't even sit there. I've never walked up to it and they're like, there's a little piece of poop there.
Also, have you ever pooped your pants as an adult? Or gotten mud on your pants or peed your pants?
Maybe once or twice.
It's happened many times in this household, okay? Let me just say. You rinse it a little bit and then you throw it in your washing machine like everyone else. Like I know a lot of people don't even rinse that before they throw it into their own washing machine. Not saying anyway.
Teach their own.
You can do a rinse cycle in your own washing machine and it's fine. Like it's breast milk. And when you do have larger poops, when kids are actually eating, yes, you scoop it into the toilet, you flush it, which is not difficult to do.
We haven't got to that point, so I don't have an opinion yet.
I've done it before. It's not difficult to do.
We're supposed to have like a wooden spoon or something like that right next to our toilet so we can.
Some people also like use a duvet and like they spray it. That's not necessary.
Too bougie.
Yeah, no. You get like, you have like a wooden little spatula. You just scoop into the toilet and flush it. And then you put it into the diaper bag like you would with anything else.
What do you do with the spatula? Where does it go?
You clean it.
Like right there at the sink, you just wash it with your hands. Fun. I'll give you guys an update in the future. Give us like another 4 months until she can actually start eating.
Yeah.
Okay. 4 months, you guys. All right. So what's next, love?
Well, I just want to say convenience wise,
Yeah.
it really, and that's the thing too. Also, the older kids they use way less diapers.
Mm-hmm.
In the newborn stage, all the way up to 6 months, they poop a lot more because breast milk goes through, especially breast milk. If you are using formula, it actually, then you use even less diapers than a breastfed baby.
You talked about something else with me the other little bit of communication elimination or something with cloth diapers.
If you really want to save a ton of money, communication elimination, which a lot of people don't know, is actually when people are teaching your baby to be potty trained from the moment the day they're born. Mm-hmm. You can start technically at any point, but the point is that the child isn't talking yet, so that's where communication elimination, it's within the first year of a child being born. Okay. So you learn their facial expressions, you learn which Jeremiah made a good point. If you can tell if your dog has to pee, or poop, if your dog can communicate to you, a kid, especially your own biological kid, so easy to understand. And the biggest things is like it happens when your baby, while you're breastfeeding, your baby tends to go to the potty a lot. And what they used to do, because that's something I used to think about, like, what did they do in the pioneer days? Or like, what did they do all throughout human history up until this point? Like, they didn't have Adam and Eve didn't have cloth diapers, did they? I don't know. Like, you don't hear about that. Like, people going through 13 diapers a day. Like, how did the Romans get around? Like, what did people do? And it was elimination communication. While women were breastfeeding, kids would be naked, and they held up the baby to their breast, and they'd have them in like a little pot. They'd hover a little pot, and they would go pee or go poop into that little pot or bucket. And then also right after eating as well, if they didn't go during, then they would hold them over the bucket, and moms would make a peeing noise like shh or like that, and literally encourage the baby to poop. And then the babies would naturally hold their pee or poo. Infants, literally newborn infants, they would wait until their next feeding, which was only every 2 hours.
I'm interested to see how you do this.
Well, I mean, I don't do it.
Oh, no. Like when you start doing it, I know you're not going to do it right now.
No. Oh, I mean, I don't know. I kind of do it a little bit with Penelope, and that's why Jeremiah will get super frustrated when he's changing her. In the middle of changing her, like right after she's done eating with me.
Oh, it's explosive. The last like 5 days, it's like, gosh, it's like a 2-foot long poop squirt.
But the reason why is because with me, she's waiting until after she's done eating to poop.
Yeah.
And that's why, too, she gets really frustrated when she's eating. You'll notice when she's eating, she'll go and get kind of mad, and she'll stop nursing with me and then poop. And then she gets frustrated and she wants us to change her. And we end up wasting 4. It's not a waste because we just wash the diapers, but we end up wasting 4 diapers instead of 1. Yeah. It's happened before. When we're not in sync. Yep. So that's why using even elimination communication, just the communication part to kind of get your poop cycle, feeding cycle, you don't have to have them hovering over a little potty if that doesn't float your boat, which for me, it's just exhausting as is. I don't know how people do that. But if that does float your boat, doing it, I have a few friends who have done it, and it is a game changer for them, because instead of having like 3 kids under 5 all in diapers, they just have 1 child at a time, which is really cool. Yeah. So elimination communication, that's like a whole other thing, and I can have my friend come on here and talk about it if people wanted. But yeah, so far, let me tell you, just for cloth diapering, the financial aspect of it, amazing. The aspect of like cleanliness, amazing. And then the convenience of it. I love the fact that, God forbid, if we really went on a trip somewhere, all I'd have to do is bring the detergent, because I'm picky. I'd bring our own like washing soap and stuff. I wouldn't just use any old detergent. But all I do is bring that, and then our amount of cloth diapers, and it's unending. If Jeremiah and I went backpacking, I don't think we'd bring cloth diapers just because it's heavier to deal with, but I do know that people do it backpacking, and they just like rinse the diapers in the creek and then have it dry out overnight.
Make the dogs carry them.
Yeah, exactly. I think we would just use disposable diapers. And for the first week that we had, first 2 weeks we had Penelope, we used disposables because we didn't think that our covers, we didn't know that we had infant sized basically. And then we realized that we did the whole time. We just didn't read the diaper stuff properly. So that's another thing. Get to know the diapers beforehand. Yeah. But that's also a shout out to Nora's Nursery diapers because those are really cool. They're literally one size fits all.
Yeah, they thought about it.
Not preemie though. They are infant all the way through toddler. The same diaper. So there's tons of buttons all over it. And yes, you can practice on a baby doll. It wasn't worth it. We just did it on Penelope. It was pretty easy. Like it was kind of you're like,
once you learn a couple folds, like it's pretty easy.
Well, just even the diaper clasps themselves, you like look at it and it's intimidating because you see 1,000 buttons all over it, like little buttons. And then you're like, but all you do is you put her in, like if it's a normal diaper, if you know how to do a disposable diaper, it's pretty instinctive is what I was trying to say.
It's the same.
But if you're nervous, then start off at the hospital with, you get free diaper. Oh, not free.
Yeah, make them change your baby's diapers. Yeah, we did.
Do a bunch of disposables there. Get used to disposables at first and then try cloths. Yeah. Which that was a scary transition for Jeremiah, but he got it in like a day. Yeah. It took him about a day.
It's not hard.
He complained. You complained. He was like, this isn't as easy. And I was like, because it takes 2 extra steps, but it's easy.
It's like putting 2 diapers on at the same time. Yeah. Because you got to do the clasp for the cloth, and then you have to put the shell on, and then you got to put the buttons on the shell. And it is easy.
You don't put the buttons on the shell. They're already on it.
You clip the buttons that are on the shell to each other. And it looks just like a regular diaper. In fact, I think it's kind of cuter.
It is. It makes your baby's butt all big.
Yeah. And it's fun. You can
have like a mushroom butt.
Color coordinate it and stuff like that. They have design ones that you can have fun with. And
yeah, I'm boring. Yeah. I got like just plain colors.
We plan on having multiple children. So if there's a boy, your plain colors will work with all genders. Well, like both genders.
Purple is like the most girly one that I have.
Yeah, it's not that girly. It's really cute.
It's like a dark mauve. Anywho, convenience, 10 out of 10. I think it's super convenient and super easy. And I also love the fact that, I don't know, I just feel like I have an extra pep in my step when I do Penelope's diaper. When we're out in public settings and people see that we're cloth diapering, they are like, wow, like, isn't that kind of like difficult? And I feel like it's a good conversation starter into holistic health and talk about how easy it is and how natural it is and how much money, like I'll bring all these things up and people are like, wow, like I never even thought of it that way. I'm like, yeah, it's really, really easy and it's actually kind of fun and we get to spend more time together on the changing table and Penelope loves it and she loves getting her diaper changed.
Where does she smile the most?
Getting her diaper changed.
As soon as that diaper comes off, smiles.
Yeah. She goes from like screaming or like super irritated and annoyed that she has a dirty diaper to like, thank you, mommy and daddy. It's so cute. You can tell she appreciates it. And it's my favorite time with her. So I don't care if it takes like an extra 5 seconds or 10 seconds compared to disposable. I love it. So we also want you guys to feel educated today. So we're going to go through the different types of inserts because this is the thing that people tend to just get scared of. They're like, oh, I'm sold on everything that you said. You're right. It's cheaper. It's blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, and then they look up diapers and then they get so lost because there are so many different types of diapers, cloth diapers. But the reason why there's so many different types is because it's been around for a millennia. Been around since the beginning
of time. Everyone's got an opinion.
Yes. And before we get into them, I'm going to mention the 2 or the 3 that Jeremiah and I have and why I picked it. Okay?
Let's do it.
So we got plastic covers because there's, just for you guys for cloth diapering, there's a cover and an insert. Okay? There are different types of inserts and there are different types of covers. And because you can mix and match and kind of create your own version of cloth diapering that you want to make, that's what scares people because it's not just a simple, like you just buy this and done. But
it is that simple.
It can be, but you have to do all the research beforehand. So I'm going to tell you why we picked what we picked and why I did what I did. I originally wanted wool diapers. I wanted these fancy alpaca ones because they're breathable and really good, especially for girls. I ended up not picking it, one, because they're really expensive, and to buy a bunch of those covers was going to cost a lot of money for people who would buy me gifts, and I just thought that was outrageous to ask for. And two, babies don't end up touching the plastic really, so I just ended up not caring. So we went with Nora's Nursery, and that's the other thing. You have to buy 2 sets for the wool ones. You have to buy like one like infant to 6 months, and then 6 months to like I think 2 years old. So that also costs more. Yeah. So instead of buying the wool sets, I decided to go with the one size fits all Nora's Nursery. I also had like tons of friends tell me who do cloth diapers that they love the Nora's Nursery, so I just committed, and they were way cheaper and great. So that's what I committed to. And they have tons of cute colors. We also got the kangaroo ones for infant. We got 3 of them because we didn't know that Nora's Nursery worked for infants. I thought I had to get, anyway. I can label those because I got those off of Amazon as well. But those are the cloth diaper covers that I picked. And I also liked that they were not 100% waterproof, because obviously nothing is, but using plastic insert is more likely to be waterproof than wool, where wool is like, I think it's 90% waterproof. So that's what we went for as a cover, the one size fits all Nora's Nursery. For the inserts, I got charcoal. They're called pocket tongues. Yep. So it literally looks like, think about a tongue shape, a long rectangle. They're black charcoal. They're super absorbent, and they're jersey and not microfiber. They're jersey and I can't think of the material right now. Yeah,
you use it for like overnight and then
long trips. A long trip or overnight, which I haven't, because she's been we change her every 2 hours when we feed her. Only recently, where she's starting to go into 3.5 hour to 4 hour stretches, have I used that long tongue insert, and only overnight because it's super bulky. Yeah, and I want her to be able to move a lot during the day and learn to roll over and all that stuff. So, those tongue inserts, that's what we got that for. And you do that with the fold. So the fold that we decided to go with, I picked pre-folds for her infant to 6 month size and her 6 month to toddler size. She'll probably be potty trained before she's a toddler. But the reason why I went with pre-fold is because pre-fold is like a medium size thickness. So it's multiple folds sewn together. Hence, like it's pre-folded, and it's sewn in 3 parts. So it's sewn where I don't have to like figure out where the fold is. So in the middle of the night, I'm like, okay, I just know fold here, done. And stick it in her diaper, and it's easy. So I liked the convenience of it, and I liked that I could wrap it around her, kind of like a flat diaper, or I could treat it like a pocket diaper. So Jeremiah's going to explain the difference between all these, but a pocket diaper is basically like, it acts like a regular disposable diaper. You just put the pre-fold in, you snap the cover around her, and it's like a diaper. So Jeremiah and I tend to do that the most. But right now we've been treating her like a half pre-fold, half not. So that's what's fun. The pre-folded ones are, to me, the most versatile, and we've been using the really like her small infant ones even to now, even though she's not infant size anymore. And she's getting to the size where she's actually like, we call her like big girl size, where we could be using her bigger pre-folds, where you actually wrap it around her little legs and use snappies. So This is all going to sound kind of confusing until Jeremiah explains it. But just for you guys to know and hear, we use pre-folds, we use plastic covers, and we use tongue inserts. That's it. Those are the 3 things that we use. And we bought snappies as well. Yeah. Okay. So now Jeremiah's going to explain all of that, and now it will fully make sense to you.
Yeah. So I'll do a little breakdown of the inserts and absorbents. I'll first read you the list, and then I'll give you a description, a pro and a con for each one. Sound good? Yeah. All right. So we have flats, pre-folds, contours, fitteds, inserts, doubles slash boosters, snap-in soakers, which is fun because super soaker, all in one, tongue style inserts, snake style inserts, trifold inserts, folded pre-fold or flat as an insert, hybrid disposable inserts. And so I'll start with...
See why people get overwhelmed, though?
Yeah.
These are just the inserts, not even the different covers.
Yeah. So flats. They're a large singular square. Think of the old style, like the old-fashioned diapers. These look just like those. Pro for these, they're fast drying. They're cheaper. They're the cheapest ones you could buy. Super versatile. And you can pad fold it and wrap around an entire baby.
Yeah.
Con to these is it requires folding each time, not as a trim undercloth.
Yeah.
So the other thing is that they're not saying here is like if your pre-fold insert touches clothing, your clothing absorbs that full liquid.
Oh, okay. So what Jeremiah is saying is, so when you're doing cloth diapers, if any part of the cloth is sticking out past the cover, because it absorbs all over the cloth, it gets the whole, like when you pee in a cloth diaper, the whole thing gets wet. So if it's wrapped around you, like we mentioned earlier, that's why babies can feel it more and they get more irritated and you clean your diapers faster.
Yeah.
If it's sticking out at all, like in the legs or in the baby's back or in the front, that will cause a leak. Yeah. And it's not that the water gets everywhere or the urine gets everywhere. It's the fact that that little cloth is sticking out and that's wet. And now that wet part is going to get your baby's clothes wet.
Yeah.
So it's higher likelihood of leaks because you are having to make sure that everything is stuffed in perfectly and wrapped perfectly every time.
Yeah.
And if you're not used to it in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. or whatever, and the baby's crying and you're not, like, it can just be a lot for you for a first time. So flats are not really recommended for people just starting off with it unless you practice a lot before.
Yeah. Or you took, I agree. So pre-folds, they're rectangular fabric that is normally layered for 4 to 8 different layers. And so they're thicker, they're more absorbent, and they're in the center panel. Pro to these, they're easy to use, durable, and they have a great value, and they last a long time. Con, they needs folding and a separate waterproof cover. So that's the cover that Savannah was talking about that you'd put onto it and button it.
Yeah.
Contours, they're pre-shaped like an hourglass, so there's no folding at all. Pro to these, they're fast for pre-folds and changing diapers. They're better fitted for the legs, so they're a little bit more ergonomical in that way.
Yeah.
Cons, they need covers also. There's fewer size options, so if like you have a big baby, or a little baby, it's going to be harder to find sizes.
Well, so like the difference between like a pre-fold, the one that Jeremiah just mentioned, and the contour. The contour, it tends to be a little bit better for females because urine disperses more evenly for a girl, where for boys, they tend to pee more into the front.
Yeah.
Right? So a pre-fold, you can fold it where it's like thicker in the front and it absorbs more.
Cool.
Where the contour, because I considered contours for us, but just in case we're having a boy in the future,
Yeah.
The contours are better for girls overall, but it can leak. It's more likelihood of leaking because it just kind of sits there.
Yeah. Yeah. And then cons for the contours, they need to cover full size options. And then, here it is.
And you have to buy different sizes.
They're much slower to dry.
Yes, because they're very thick.
Yeah.
They're very, very thick.
Then there's fitted. They're fully shaped and elastic, absorbent diapers with snaps or Velcro, so they don't need a cover.
They don't need a cover because there's a cover built in.
Yeah.
These take forever to dry. Forever. And you have to buy 1 million of them.
It depends on which one you buy, because some of them need covers.
Okay.
There's 2 different ones. They're super absorbent. They have really snug fits. Excellent for nighttime.
Yeah.
But as Savannah was saying, long drying times.
Yeah.
And then so inserts padded like absorbent layers made with stuff inside pockets, and it's got like different layers, but it's hybrid, so it's not all organic. It'll be like other materials in there.
Yeah, it's not like 100% cotton
Yeah.
or 100% hemp. That's what our charcoal tongue things are. They're hemp.
Okay, nice.
They're cotton.
What is that?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, your alarm.
That's my alarm to
Feed
feed
the baby.
Sorry, you guys.
Scared me.
That scared me too. I jumped.
Okay, so pros for the inserts. They're trim, easy to change, and they're customizable and very absorbent. Cons for these, they require a pocket or cover.
Yeah, pocket diapers.
Some materials compress under pressure, so that means like the thickness starts to like wear.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you think of like inside of your shoe, the sole, how it starts to lose its shape. Same thing could happen to these diapers.
To the pocket with the pocket diapers, excuse me, the pocket diapers. Some of them, when they're pocket, like they literally like slide inside the diaper.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to like stick your hand in and pull out like a wet soaked. Yeah. That was one of the things that grossed me out with the pocket diapers. That's why most people treat pocket diapers like they would a disposable. They just kind of throw it all in. Yeah. And they have to buy a ton of them. Yeah. You just throw it all in because you don't want to reach your hand in there.
Wild. Yeah.
Yeah. But you don't throw it away, obviously.
You're so wise.
But they cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
They're the most expensive version because they're convenient. They're super easy.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're gonna jump over to the doublers or boosters. These are like this is a thin layer that you add to the insert that's already a pre-fold.
Mm-hmm. You can do throwaways or
So for this one, pros adds absorbency where you need it, so you can put it further up for the boys, lower for the girls.
Yeah.
Cons for these, not enough by itself, so you need to have everything else.
Yeah.
You can't just do this.
It's just an adder.
Yeah.
You can add it.
I don't even know what this one is, so snap and soakers.
I don't either. I know what all-in-ones are.
Yeah.
But I don't know what a snap and soaker
is.
So
these are inserts that snap or lay onto waterproof shells, often stay dry or multiple layered. Pros for these are reusable shells and they're less laundry, customizable layers. The cons for these are the inserts may shift if not snapped properly, and they're slower to drive. So I think
what's the difference between that and an all-in-one? I feel like that's the same as an all-in-one.
And my interpretation is like if you miss the spot, like you're gonna have pee all over the baby's bed or yourself.
Absolutely not. Yeah, snap and soakers sound like they snap and soak your bed. Yeah.
All-in-ones. All right. So these are sewn directly into the diaper shell. Can't be removed.
Oh, okay. So that's the difference.
Yeah.
You can unsnap the snap and soakers and then the all-in-ones. Okay.
Yeah. These are the easiest. They're great for caregivers and daycares. So like
because you just treat it like a normal diaper.
Yeah. So they just throw it in your to-go bag and you take it home with you.
Your wet bag. Yeah.
Very slow to dry, and they're you're not able to customize or like make them last longer like you are with the charcoal inserts.
You can build mold in it faster too.
I would think that,
because they take forever to dry. And that's the thing. You're also supposed to sun dry your inserts like at least half the year, like 4 or 5 times a year, like sun drying them, because it gets rid of like just the sun does an amazing job.
Yeah.
You don't have to, but it definitely
gets rid of the smell, stains.
Smell, color. Yeah. Which we have none of that so far, 2 months in. But.
All right. So let's jump to the next one. Tongue style inserts.
We have those.
Yeah. Long flappy inserts sewn on one end and can be folded to customize.
We don't have that.
No. It's something similar to this, but it's not this one exactly.
Maybe we have the snake one.
Dries faster, and it's very flexible. Cons for these can be fiddly when folded. I don't know what that means.
Fiddly is a fun word. Yeah. I don't either. All right.
Okay. Snake style inserts. Long strip of fabric you fold back and forth to fit the diaper.
We don't have that either.
No, we don't have these. Great for heavy wetters. Dries faster than stacked inserts. Slightly bulkier due to fold. I feel like ours is a little similar to this.
That's why, whatever.
Yeah, this sounds like ours. Then they have trifold inserts. They're large rectangular pads folded into thirds before placing in a cover or a pocket. So this is the one we have, right?
Yeah. We have pre-folds.
Yeah. So the highly absorbent, customizable fold. They are slower to dry, but we throw ours in the dryer.
Yeah.
So we don't have that problem.
We have a non-bacterial. It's like we have high-end washer and dryers because I do massage therapy.
We have commercial.
Not commercial, but they're bigger sized. They're
Yeah.
bigger than the average size,
Yeah.
not commercial. That would be insane. But we have like a sanitized wash and then a sanitized dry.
Yeah.
So we've never had issues with like wet diapers because it sanitizes and dries, and it like does a long dry load.
So the next one is folded pre-fold, or also known as flat as an insert.
Folded, it's called folded pre-fold.
Yeah. Reusing pre-folds or flats folded into a rectangular to act as an insert. Oh, I was talking about this the other day.
So yeah, that's what Jeremiah and I do. We take our trifold and we have a half pocket diaper. So in the front and in the back, it just has little slits that you can slide it into. Yeah. That holds basically it down. So we can either wrap in the inner part of the diaper. We can choose to wrap around Penelope and treat it as like an inner diaper, or we can make it into like a partial pocket diaper. Yeah. Lately we've just been doing the partial pocket diaper because it's easier and she's not fussy at all and she likes it. So it's been good and fine. So we take our trifold that we can normally wrap around her and we just fold it and put it in the diaper, and it's super simple, pimple. And I can make a video if people really want to see what it looks like. Not obviously on her, but what we do.
That wouldn't happen. So pros for these, they have a lot of multiple uses and they just boost absorbency. Cons for these, they could become more bulky depending on the purpose and how you use the insert.
Also, you guys, you can YouTube all of the words that we're saying.
Yeah.
I took all these words and phrases and YouTubed them and saw the difference between them. And that made a lot more sense to me when I saw the different types of wraps and folds. So I 10 out of 10 recommend that.
Yeah. And then we have hybrid disposable inserts. These are biodegradable or disposable pads designed for use inside reusable shells.
Pointless.
Pros for these are the convenience for travel, less waste than regular disposable diapers. Cons for these, ongoing cost, not customizable at all.
Yeah.
And that's all of them.
I guess for backpacking, those last ones wouldn't be bad because then you just have the outer shell, which is that weighs like nothing because the baby can wear that one for like 3 days.
Yeah.
And then if you just have that little pocket thing,
maybe
that wouldn't be bad for backpacking.
Yeah, because there'd be trash cans. Well, no.
You have to carry in and carry out.
Yeah.
But
something
anyway,
to think about.
I know this was probably confusing to some people, especially if this is like the first time you've ever heard any of this before.
What did we talk about?
What?
It's easy to be confused.
Yeah, especially if you have a husband who's confusing on a podcast. I know that talking about just general, like all these different types of diapers can be so confusing. So that's why even while we're talking about it, maybe like go back in the podcast while we mention one specifically, look it up, look at a video of it, and then move on to the other one. Yeah. There's a reason why we picked pre-folds because it's sewn and it's easy and it's already folded for you. It's thicker, much more absorbent. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know how we would have done any of the other ones because we would have had to layer. Would have had to use like 4 or 5 flats just to get the absorbency. So
I like how the way we fold it too, because it catches pee from like spilling out and stuff because our fold is inward. So like it pockets that way.
People aren't going to understand what you're saying, but
I'm just ranting.
That's why I'm trying to say, if you guys want us to do a video, we definitely can, especially to make Jeremiah's verbiage way less confusing. I think he forgets that we're not being filmed sometimes and that people can't see what we're talking about.
I'm good enough.
So now with all of that, I hope that you guys can hopefully make the best decision. And the hardest part, honestly, is just figuring out which one you want to pick. But picking one, watching videos and picking one and just sticking to it is the easiest thing that you can do.
Take Savannah's advice and talk to your husband because it's the best.
Oh, and really quickly, so for the wipes, there are two different, you can do a very inexpensive way or a little bit more expensive way, and I'll give the recipe really quickly. The less expensive way is just doing a quarter, let me think. I think it's 3 tablespoons of Castile soap. That's what it is. 3 tablespoons of Castile soap. That's non-scented. And then 2 cups of water. And then you pick an essential oil that you'd want and you put it like as a dropper in, and then you mix it around and then you pour it over your, whatchamacallit, your wipes. And then that's it. It's just soap and water and essential oils.
And if you want to be bougie, add some aloe vera.
So the next recipe that Jeremiah is skipping to, that's not in the first recipe. The first recipe is very simple and inexpensive. It's just essential oils, and which I never recommend really essential oils because people tend to use a lot, and they don't know how to dilute it properly. Tinctures tend to be better. But if you were to use an essential oil in the first one, I would do tea tree because it's antifungal, which so that means also mold won't build up, and lemon, something citrusy, but you don't want to use too much because it can burn your child on their privates. Also, soap buildup too, like leaving soap on your child isn't the best. So that's why I don't love that recipe for the first one, but it's inexpensive and still effective. If you want to do the recipe that I do, which is a mixture of aloe vera, CMT coconut oil, water, and essential oils, then you can do that. Which I haven't even been doing the essential oils, and it's been totally fine. I do, let me think, because it kind of varies each time. I do 5 caps of the aloe vera gel, and then I hold a squirt for 3 seconds with the CMT oil. I go 1, 2, 3, like that. And then it has the oil, and then I mix all of that with our filtered water. And then because it has oil in it, I feel a lot better about putting in essential oils for scent. Again, it's an antifungal, so you like think about tea tree 100%. Lavender is also a really good inflammatory, antifungal, all those things. Lemon, any type of citrus, orange. But I wouldn't do clove or anything like that. Nothing hot. Like don't do a ginger, don't do cinnamon.
Yeah, nothing warming.
Or cold too, like peppermint
Cooling,
or mint.
Yeah.
The coldest I would do is lavender because that's in the mint family.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And then tea tree, I know it's like kind of menthol-y, but because it's a really strong antifungal and it's because it's so diluted, I think it's okay. But just peppermint could be, just don't do it.
What do you think of lemongrass?
Lemongrass is kind of a stimulant, so I don't know. Lemongrass also can give people nausea in high amounts. So
good to know.
Yeah, I would just stick to simple things, calming things.
One tip, Savannah said she uses water out of our filtration system.
Yeah.
If you don't have a filtration system, I would suggest going and getting distilled water. Mm-hmm. Do not use hard water because that could build calcium inside of your bag and stuff like that. And it's also it's just not great for washing.
And it will do that on your child's diapers. Oh, and then I forgot. And then 2 tablespoons of distilled white vinegar added into that as well.
That's not burning?
Nope. Oh. You don't smell the vinegar as well. You can do 1 tablespoon. You can kind of play with the ratios.
Yeah.
I didn't do vinegar in our last one. I just wanted to see if it was still anti-mold, and it was. But the distilled white vinegar is great. And it definitely guarantees that no mold will build up at all. So people tend to use the essential oil to counteract the vinegar smell.
Yeah.
But I didn't smell any. Did you smell any in the wipes?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
May I ask why aloe vera gel?
Yeah.
Why not juice or something else?
Because it doesn't have the whole leaf plant that actually is, calming to the skin.
Okay.
And anti-inflammatory. And by the way, Jeremiah and I did use regular wipes for a while just because we got them for free. And we saw a significant difference of redness around her vagina and on her butt. So, and they were all natural. They were healthy wipes. But doing my wipes versus that, my wipes were significantly better for her.
Yeah. Is there anything that everybody should know about essential oils, like not to buy, or like are you
organic.
just good on anything?
Always get organic, and I don't recommend there. I mean, I'll post ones that I'm okay with on Amazon, but don't just get any random brand.
Not the stuff you put in like that machine that steams. Ones.
That's what essential oils are.
Oh, okay.
So you can also do tinctures instead of essential oils, which is what I always recommend.
Not alcohol based though, right?
That is what a tincture is.
Oh, well, no, they have sugar based ones, and then
no, don't do glycerin.
No, okay. So make sure it's alcohol based.
Yes.
Okay.
You can do some people even add actually vodka into their wipes.
Okay.
It's a little more drying, but that guarantees again no mold in your wipe mixture. So alcohol isn't necessarily bad in a mixture. I actually use a little bit for my butt cream, which actually, instead of mentioning it here, I'll just say the recipe is on my Instagram and it's super quick and easy to look up. Just because this is going super long, almost had an hour.
May I ask another question?
So after I just lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
What's your question?
I was going to ask, what's your cloth? What are they made out of, the cloths that you're reusing?
100% cotton.
Okay. And do you throw that with your diapers?
Yep.
Like in the same bag and you wash it all together?
Yep.
Cool.
Also, the difference between detergent and soap, which is one thing I wanted to talk about today. Detergent is a chemical reaction. So there's it's chemicals reacting, where borax and washing soda, they lather. They're a soap that lathers. So that's the main difference. Okay. So what it is, a laundry detergent is a formulated mix with surfactants, right? Surfactants. I can't say it. SURFACTANTS.
I'm a reader, not a speller. Yeah, I can't say that word.
Whatever. It's 12 a.m. I can't think right now. Whatever. It's enzyme builders and then also sometimes oxygenated bleach.
Gotcha.
So it's always chemical based. Any type of detergent is chemical based and it's very harsh. Where borax is actually you can get food grade, which is what we do. It's a naturally occurring mineral. So it's kind of like an alkaline salt.
Gotcha.
Right?
That makes sense.
Washing soda or sodium carbonate is an even stronger alkaline. It's actually kind of dangerous to touch on your skin. It's a much stronger alkaline than borax. So a detergent removes oils and dirts and proteins from fabric. That's what the surfactant, I can't say that. The word, it lifts that and then it suspends, it gets rid of grime.
Okay.
So that build up. That's why doing it once every 3 months isn't bad, to all of your flats, especially.
So are we going to do that?
We should.
Okay.
Yes. So we'd have to find an all natural detergent, which I do have, and I can add that to the list.
Cool.
On my Amazon.
So helpful.
Thing. Yeah.
Making this easy.
I'm trying. So borax, it softens water. So it turns hard water into soft water. It boosts detergent. So if you mix it with detergent, it boosts it. It neutralizes odors and has a mild antibacterial and antifungal effects. So that's why using that consistently is great no matter what. Washing soda, it breaks down acidic, greasy, oily residues and helps remove stubborn stains and smells and also softens water. So I like the combo of washing soda and borax.
Gotcha.
Because it mimics laundry detergent, because that's the whole point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Laundry detergent removes oil, dirt, but it also removes proteins from fabric. So that's the one thing that washing soda and borax don't do. They don't remove proteins. And the proteins keep the hard grime.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest difference between the two. You could also have potentially too high of a pH when you're doing the mixture of washing soda and borax together. And what happens is it just can be irritating to your skin if it's not washed out all the way. So you really have to make sure you like do a heavy soak load with your laundry. Make sure that it's really like, when it does like the spin cycle.
Yeah, just extra spin cycle on it.
Yeah, and then make sure that it's fully dry.
Mm.
Also, the overuse of borax or washing soda can leave a white chocolatey residue or film, especially in cold water in the rinse cycle, if the rinse cycle is too short. So again, you have to have high soak cycles and high rinse cycles if you're using borax. Jeremiah and I don't pay for water here where we live, so we go heavy on our rinse cycles and soaking cycles because we don't have to pay for it. So who cares? Also, the hard water issues. Again, both borax and washing soda both soften water, but in areas with extremely hard water, like here in Orange County, California, the minerals can still bind to the soap molecules, creating soap scum. That's why in our washer, like there's still white film a little bit. Like we have to do cleaning cycles in our wash. So we add vinegar to the rinse cycle to help balance the pH and remove the residue.
Yep.
So Jeremiah and I use that as a fabric softener. And that's why our laundry comes out great.
Yeah. Don't they use it on pork also to like soften pork?
I have absolutely no idea. I'm not the right person to ask for that. So the best practice for each, if you're using regular detergent alone, it's already balanced. But if you are doing borax and washing soda like us, you do a half a cup of borax and then a fourth a cup of washing soda. That's kind of like the balance.
Yeah.
Honestly, Jeremiah and I just mix it all half and half.
Yeah,
and
we
throw
do
it
a
in a
50
bucket.
50.
Yeah, doesn't matter. For super greasy, muddy loads, you can add extra washing soda. For extra odor removal, add borax. And then no matter what, always put white vinegar in your soaking cycle, your rinsing cycle. And that's it. It's really that easy. So,
highest temperature also to help just disinfect everything.
Yeah. Well, okay. And here's the difference too. So soap versus detergent. Soaps are made from all natural fats and oils like lye, sodium hydroxate, and potassium hydroxate, which is what those are. And then how it cleans, it binds to the dirt and grease. So it's a little different. And then it rinses away the soap and scum, right?
Yeah, it makes it a bigger molecule, so it has to be pulled off of it.
It's naturally high alkaline for pH, and it's best for hand washing, all natural, and then gentle skincare. So that's why it's so good for babies, because it's all natural for the skin. Where detergents, every single detergent is synthetic, plant derived, for cleaning agents and additives. It always has to be synthetic. That's the only reason why it's a detergent. So it breaks up all the oil and dirt the same. It breaks it up instead of binding to it. So that's why it doesn't leave a residue, even in hard water, and it won't create soap scum. So that's the benefit of it. It can also be adjusted, like you can get more natural ones, but it's higher and expensive. But it's rough on washing machines, and it causes washing machines to break down and be really smelly and gross. Also, because it can contain chemicals, or it does contain chemicals, it's really rough on your skin.
Yeah.
So that's why doing it once, and honestly, when Jeremiah and I when we do that one detergent wash, the all natural, like the more quote unquote natural detergent, we are going to do the detergent wash, and then when you first get your cloth diapers, you have to do 4 cycles to clean them, like 4 washes.
Yeah.
We're going to do that. So we'll do the detergent wash, and then we'll rewash all of them 4 times again.
Yeah, we'll probably do a rinse cycle with white vinegar.
Borax and vinegar. Yeah. So we're going to try to wash the detergent out of it so it doesn't touch Penelope's skin.
Also makes your washer just last longer.
Yeah.
Always do a rinse cycle. You'd be amazed at the grime I've had to clean out of washers.
Disgusting.
It is gross.
Not even. Anyway, I know this is a long episode. I know it's a lot of information. My boobs hurt because I have to go feed Penelope because my alarm went off. And speaking of, we have to throw the washers or the diapers in the dryer.
Yeah. So I hope this is helpful for you guys to make a thoughtful and considerate choice on where you guys spend your money for diapers. And if you guys are not having kids, something to think about for your future.
Or for even your friends or family.
I was about to say, yeah.
Yeah, to talk about with them and why cloth diapers.
Be an advocate for the babies.
Yeah, honestly. Okay, guys, I'm exhausted.
We love you guys.
I hope this was casting seeds and not pearls.
Who you doing this for? All day.
Good night.
Sweet dreams, you guys. Going to bed.
And as always, keep casting seeds.
Bye.
We hope you enjoyed learning how to cultivate God's creation from a biblical perspective. Holistic health is to prioritize whole person wellness through Christ. Like and comment on what topics we're casting seeds or casting pearls.
If you found this information provided useful, subscribe to our podcast for future updates, leave a review to help us improve, and share this episode. We would like to remind you before we leave that perfect health cannot be attained in this world.
Only spiritual salvation through sanctification and repentance to God and turning away from sin will give you a perfect body in the kingdom come. Nourish yourself in the Word, in prayer, and in biblical fellowship daily.
Thank you for joining us today, and a special thank you to our listeners for making this podcast possible.
Always praying.
Keep casting seeds.